"Show me your ID right now or you're getting handcuffed." That's how it started. I hadn't even closed the door to my rental yet, just stepped out, taking in what was supposed to be a peaceful Tuesday, when this woman blocked my path like I was some kind of escaped felon. She had her phone raised like it was a badge, voice shaking with the thrill of authority. It would have been funny if it weren't so damn insulting. Karen, yes, a real-life Karen, stood there like she owned the sidewalk, screaming into her phone about a suspicious man in her exclusive neighborhood. Didn't matter that I was in jeans and a collared shirt, didn't matter that I was calm and respectful to her, I was an intruder. 10 minutes later, cops rode up. The officers took one look at me, then turned to her with a sigh like they'd seen this episode before. "What's the situation this time, Karen?" one of them asked, clearly exhausted. I just smiled and walked toward the front gate. Let me back up a sec, because this wasn't just about a nosy neighbor on a power trip. I was there because my life had been wrecked. 18 months of brutal divorce. Michelle, my ex, took everything but the oxygen. I needed a reset. Realtor Sarah found this colonial house on 1247 Maple Drive, quiet street, big trees, the kind of place where you think, yeah, maybe life can begin again. But before I even got to the porch, Karen appeared like a HOA ninja. White polo, tight bun, HOA badge stitched on her chest like a war medal. She stopped me cold. "Excuse me, sir. This is a private community. Do you live here? Are you delivering?" I told her I had an appointment to view the house, pulled up the listing on my phone, even showed her Sarah's contact. Didn't matter. Her eyes narrowed like I just confessed to planning a heist. "I need ID. Now." So I gave it to her, calm as ever, and still, she dialed 911. Claimed there'd been a string of break-ins. Suspicious men casing the neighborhood. All while I stood there wondering what kind of mental gymnastics it took to think this was normal. So yeah, I started recording her with my smartwatch, not for evidence, just so I'd believe this actually happened. When the officers showed up, the whole situation deflated fast. They knew her. You could see it in their faces. "Ma'am, unless he's breaking the law, we can't stop him from viewing a house." She wasn't having it. "I'm the HOA chairwoman," she said like it was a federal title. "I have the right to question who enters our community." That night, she posted my picture in a Facebook group. Called me a scammer. Claimed I was part of a criminal ring hitting luxury properties. Grainy photo, full name, made-up story. Within hours, her post had spread across 5 different neighborhood forums. According to her, I was casing the place for a high street out of a Netflix series. Most people would walk away. But me. I made a full price offer on the house. Not because I loved the paint color or layout, but because people like Karen don't get to win. Something in her need to control reminded me too much of Michelle, and after 2 years of being pushed around, I was done running. The next day, I sent Karen flowers. Yellow roses, with a note, "Thank you for making me realize how much I want to be part of this wonderful community." That must have driven her nuts, because within hours, she posted again, "The scammer is now using emotional manipulation to infiltrate our neighborhood." But something felt off, so I started digging. 6 homes in the past 2 years had sold below market value, all after months of HOA violations and threats. All bought by the same investment company. Karen, it turned out, was listed as a consultant for them. Yeah, that happened. So I got organized. Every violation she hit me with I documented. Door color too dark. Took a photo. Trash cans visible. Time-stamped it. Grass 0.7 inches too tall. Measured and filed. I made a spreadsheet so detailed, it could have passed for courtroom evidence. And sure enough, I got a letter. Legal action pending. Over $3,000 in fines for willful violations. But now I was ready. In court, Karen showed up with binders, like she was prosecuting a murder trial. Claimed I was a threat to neighborhood harmony. Talked about my door collar like it was a national emergency. I let her talk, then stood up, opened my tablet, and walked the judge through everything. Every photo. Every bylaw she twisted. And then came the kicker statements from 7 families who'd been pushed out by her tactics. All said the same thing: relentless fines, fake violations, sudden offers from buyers connected to Karen. The judge shut it down. All citations dismissed, he said. And I recommend review for possible housing law violations. Karen's face. Pale. Tight. Like the world was shifting under her feet. But that wasn't the end. Because the very next morning, I got a call from the IRS. Michelle had filed a complaint. Claimed I'd hidden income, forged deductions. Sent in doctor documents to trigger an audit. I couldn't touch my accounts. My credit was frozen. And guess who found out within 24 hours? Karen. She posted again the HOA win. The criminal has been caught. And suddenly, the people who'd been friendly avoided me. Offers dropped. My life flipped again. I was drowning. But what neither Michelle nor Karen realized was that I'm the CEO of the company that manages HOA contracts for this entire region, including Grandview Heights. So I called a board meeting. Had Karen zoom in. When she logged in all polished, ready to play the victim, I greeted her calmly. Good to see you again, Mrs. Marshall. And then I laid it out. The fines, the abuse, the manipulation, the property deals, everything. Her financial ties to the buyers, her false accusations, the court records. You could see her unravel in real time. Then her phone rang. She tried to ignore it, but I told her, put it on speaker. It was her son. Mom, are you okay? Jake's dad said you've been fighting with the CEO. That's your boss's boss's boss. Silence. Then laughter from the board, from me. Karen stared at the screen like someone who just realized the villain of the story might be herself. She was fired on the spot. Access revoked. And then, a week later, the IRS cleared me. Turns out Michelle forged every document. Now she's under federal investigation. Karen sent me a letter not long after, handwritten, 6 pages. Said after her husband died, the HOA became the only thing she could control. Said she'd lost herself, let fear turn her into something else. She even enclosed a $15,000 check, called it restitution. I didn't cash it. Instead, we rebuilt. Turned the HOA into a co-op. Monthly meetings, transparent rules, no more citations over mailbox paint. People showed up. Neighbors actually talked. We planted a community garden, held block parties, the whole vibe changed. Karen moved out 2 months later. Sold her home at a loss. Her son helped her pack. Said she was starting over in Charlotte. A few weeks ago, someone from Austin called me. Another HOA chair going rogue. Wanted advice. I said, tell me your story. Let's fix this. Because real power isn't about rules or fans, it's about giving people the space to belong. Ever dealt with someone like Karen? What would you have done, fight or flee? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about community, control, and the fine line between order and oppression.